Just tell me a little bit about that.
The
Christmas in 96 in prison.
There was 3 old dudes in the barracks. We were in 13 barracks at Wrightsville.
Mm-hmm.
They had money. Between them 3 dudes, they had paper. They had cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
They had weed. We had every brand of liquor that you can think of. We had Everclear, PGA, Crown, Hennessy. We had it all.
Wow.
They paid the officer
to bring it in.
To the officer to bring it in, and we paid the officer on the door that working the door to let everything go. Everybody in there, white, black, straight, gay, had a partakers of whatever your thing was. If you drink but didn't smoke or didn't chew powder, cool.
Mm-hmm.
If the white boy wanted to chew powder, cool.
Right.
If you didn't want to participate, you just want to lay back on your rack and kick it or relax, you did. Wasn't no snitching, didn't nobody tell nothing. When I tell you, we had it was like being at the Chestnut Grill. We had a shindig up in there. And that's what a lot of people out here in society don't know. Now, I will say this, don't compare Arkansas prison system with Alabama.
Right.
They don't match.
Right.
They don't match at all. Can't compare Alabama or Arkansas with Joliet or Statesville.
Right.
Can't compare Arkansas with Rikers Island.
Yeah, I mean, it's just different all over.
Right. So people will hear stories about the rapes and the killings and all this going on at Rikers Island and think that's the same thing going on in Arkansas. We played softball. We had basketball tournaments. We had volleyball tournaments where you could win money that was put on your account. We had 2 and 3 televisions in each barracks where we can watch sports, where we can watch movies, where we can eat food. We can, Wrightsville, bro, every Friday, if you had the money on your account and you didn't have no disciplinary infractions, the the unit had a contract with one of the pizza companies. You could put your pizza order in on that Monday. They would get it. It was a box that you put your order in. If you want 4 or 5 pizzas, whatever kind, with you and your homeboy, you put it in, put your money account on there and everything, and drop it in that box. The commissary lady or the business lady will get that information, send it off to the pizza company and everything. Bro, that day, that evening, like about 5 o'clock, right after count time and cleared, you'll see about 4 or 5 pizza cars pulling up.
Really?
Motherfuckers sitting back in the barracks, kicking it, eating pizza, watching movies, because Friday night was movie night.
Yeah.
So,
I had some cousins down there in the 90s, and they used to, I remember going down there seeing one of my cousins, and he was like, "Boy, we kicking it in the back." He was like ready to go for visitation to go back. I'm like, "What y'all?" He like, "Man, hey, and then he said he got to stay on point to see know what's going on too." He was like, "Man," but when he got out, he was like, "I really didn't want nobody to come down there and see me because you so entrenched in what's going on in there. You got to be so aware." He was like, "When you come out there and see your people, it just throw you all the way off, you know?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Dang, I didn't know it was." So you doing that time in there, I'm guaranteeing you seen these young guys come in there and they don't know what they getting themselves into coming into prison. And that's the reason why I'm saying that, because these young boys going to prison now.
Well, see, I don't know what the game is flipped totally now.
Right.
The system now is not like it was back in the 90s.
But that time is still the boy.
Yeah, the time is still there. But see, it was a respect. It was some form of a respect thing back then.
That's how it was on the streets too.
Now they ain't got no respect.
Now these young boys don't have no respect. Because I used to run around the streets and I hung with gang members and stuff. But we had a thing where it was an unspoken rule that you 52, I'm 37. You ain't got to be my big homie or nothing. But if you came in, what's going on, big brother? I'm giving you, you ain't got to be from my neighborhood. We just show respect to guys who's older than us. Now these dudes like, hey, F him, he ain't, I don't even know who he is. Matter of fact, get up out of here. Like, they so disrespectful and rude now.
Extremely, bro.
And I don't know if it's just coming from them household, them they not having no father around. I don't know what it is to what these young boys got going on.
Yeah.
But to go back, that was crazy though. The prison story, the Christmas, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you do your time in there. What was like some of your worst times in there? Or okay, let me. I'm gonna ask two questions. So the first one, was it ever a time in there that you felt like your life could be taken? Like, boy, I could die right. I could be in a situation where I probably won't make it up out of here if this goes left, or you into it with somebody, or this happened, or this. Hey, I gotta take it there.
Trying to think of the one particular one, because there was a couple of times. There's this one time I got into it with this dude who was a vice lord. His name was Billy Moe, and I was cool with the vice lords, but for some reason, I'm sitting on my bed and I know something ain't right. And this has been brewing for a couple of days. So I went to the older dude in the barracks that make knives. So I paid him to make me a knife. He chiseled that mother down like a butcher knife. It was about that long, put a handle on it, everything. So when I sat back and I saw this going on, and mind you, I am nowhere the size that I am now.
Right.
I was like Waka Flocka size. I was a thin as wind. So I'm sitting back on the bed and I got my hand on my knife and I got it like up under me. And dude come over to me and he said, give me some ass. And I looked at him and I laughed. I said, Billy Moe, going on, man. And he hauled off and slapped me. And when he slapped me, he stood there. And by this time, everybody in the barracks looking like what the hell going on?
Was it an open barracks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like a military open barracks.
Yeah.
I looked up at him and I said, just as well as I'm sitting here saying this to you, I said, I hope your mammy got your burial plans paid up because you finna die. And I come out with the knife. When I come out, his eyes just got booked and he took off running. When he turned around to take a run, I said, no, don't run now, bitch. And I jumped up and I started chasing him through the barracks. And all the older people were like looking like what the fuck? Yeah. Because I had never been dubbed as a violent person.
Right.
And he running, he jumping over the beds. I'm right behind him. So when he jumped over this one bed, I swung with the knife and it cut the back of his shirt, sliced his shirt. That's when I knew this knife was good and sharp. I said, yeah, I'm gonna get this bastard. I chased him through the barracks. He was running and he ran to the back. His vice lord brother was like, come back here, come back here, come back here. So he ran back there to him and I ran back there on him. And I come up like this when he got him back there and he tripped and he fell and I come up like this and I was finna come down and old school grabbed my arm like that. He was like, no, you gonna catch a murder charge. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, let me go. I said, this nigga slapped me.
Yeah.
So, everybody was like, his vice lord brother was like, looked at me. He was like, Marquez, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And he was like, give me the knife. So he reached for the knife and I knew how to work a knife.
Right.
I turned it like that and slid it down my pants into my pocket. and walked off. And everybody just looking like, what is going on? So he followed me over to my rack and he asked me, he was like, well, I said, he slapped me. I said, y'all seen it.
Yeah.
They was like, you know, and it had got to all the other Vice Lord brothers, all the different barracks and everything, man. It became a, you know, because if you know anything about Vice Lords, you got Insane, Imperial Insane, Folk Corner Hustlers, Travelers, and so forth.
Right.
And most of the dudes that was real pissed off about it, cause Billy Moe, he was from Blyville. So I believe he was a traveler or there's a conservative. He might have been a traveler or a conservative. But all them dudes like from West Memphis and everything of that, they were all stuck together. Now all the Insane, Imperial Insane, and Folk Corner Hustle, they were from Little Rock. So a lot of them knew me.
Yeah.
So everybody wondering like, now they kind of like divided, like, hold on, now y'all ain't finna just do nothing to my homeboy.
Yeah.
You know, what's going on? What precipitated this? So they were talking about stabbing me. They were talking about stabbing me and running me up out the barracks. So it didn't get to that. The main leader, his name was Swift. Me and Swift was cool. He came and talked to me. He was like, you know, hey, we're gonna have to solve this in some type of way. You know, but it ended without, you know, me.
Yeah, that's a blessing, man. Because man,